Damn. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, this doesn't work without you guys. So, I did a live stream out here earlier. I've been watching the game, Texans versus the Colts. The Colts are moving the ball. They're actually in the red zone. It looks like, up. Touchdown, Colts. Colts take the lead 17-0. What's interesting is we started out this season, it's almost comical to me, where you had the talking heads talking about Carson Wentz and how great Carson Wentz is. And, he was an MVP. He got robbed because he got injured for that MVP, and they were talking about Dak Prescott. He's a bum. Doesn't deserve to get paid. Remember that? Remember that? Jabba the Hutt basically saying, I'd offer him $15 million, and if he doesn't take that, tell him to walk. Okay. We heard guys talking about Dak Prescott's never been in the MVP conversation. Well, right now he kind of is. He's beginning. He's now rated as a top 5 quarterback this week. He got FedEx Air Player of the Week today, along with NFC Offensive Player of the Week as well. Kind of funny how things change. But I sat out here earlier and did a live stream, and it was nice and warm. And now it's beginning to rain. So I need to hurry up and wrap this thing up. Things change in football quickly. One week you can be the hero, the next week you can be the GOAT. Scapegoat, not as in greatest of all time. GOAT as in the bad GOAT. But it's amazing because Deshaun Watson, everybody talked about, Deshaun Watson, that's a much better quarterback than Dak Prescott. But if you saw him last week, did not do very good last week. They got blown the heck out. And I'm watching tonight. He's got one TD pass, but he's also got an interception. And they're losing to the Colts. If they lose this one, that might be a little kink in that armor right there. Dak has had an incredible season. And I don't care if you like him or hate him. You have to respect him at least for what he has done. He was never thought to be a great quarterback, but that guy works hard. And as we hear the Eagles speculating about Nelson Aguilar having a burner account and trashing the quarterback and things, one thing that you cannot ever doubt with this team is that team and his teammates love him and respect him. That leadership. And this is my thought. This is going to sound crazy to a lot of you guys. Tony Romo was a great quarterback for us. I believe Tony Romo made Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan better coaches because of what he did. He ended up making up for a lot of his shortcomings of those two. Because Tony Romo was given the latitude to be able to do a lot of things in the offense. Tony Romo would change a lot of plays. And the reality is right now with this team has evolved, okay? I don't know if Zeke Elliott has lost a step or if the offensive line just doesn't run block as well, or if teams has figured it out. I don't know what it is. All I know is it's not working like it used to in 2016 or last year. What is working is your quarterback. And what you have to do is you got to understand things change. It can be sunny out and warm and then start raining on your fire pit like it is now. Unfortunately, I got an umbrella over me, so at least until it starts really raining hard, it won't be bad. But understand, football is a living, breathing beast, and you constantly have to evolve. And that is, I think, more than anything, Jason Garrett's biggest downfall. I think Jason Garrett is still living in the 90s when he remembers getting those Super Bowl rings with the Cowboys, of how Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin, and he's still living in that and can't let that go. But change is good. But I look at Dak Prescott, and I still think in Minnesota, if we had left it in Dak's hands, we get the win. When Scott Linehan was here last year, a lot of times plays were called, and you looked at Dak Prescott's body language, and you heard things like Amari Cooper basically like, yo, man, why are we doing this? This is garbage. Let's do, boom. I can take care of it. And they do, and they beat the Eagles because they were given the latitude. Okay, let me change my mind because that was an incredible pass by Deshaun Watson for about 50 yards downfield. But you look at Dak Prescott with those 14 game-winning drives, and when you've seen Dak Prescott, when it's no huddle offense, when it's 2-minute offense, when it has to be like right now, we're calling it the line of scrimmage. That's when you've seen Dak Prescott at his calmest, coolest, and able to rock and roll. Is that no huddle where he's calling his plays. And that's where the Dallas Cowboys, they need to pull a Bill Belichick on Bill Belichick. Because things always evolve in a game. You need to let Dak get into that rhythm, get into that groove, come out with that no huddle, surprise New England, give them something that they don't have an opportunity for, and take those studs that you got. And I know it's going to be raining, it's going to be wet, it's going to be about an inch of rain they're calling for right now. But then again, with the weatherman, it may end up being sunny and 60. But at the moment, they're calling for it to be rainy, inch of rain, 45-degree temperature. But I think you have to do some things differently. And having no huddle, the Cowboys to come out no huddle with a sense of urgency, putting it into Dak's hands is the way to go. Right now, he's got the hot hand. And you got to run with that hot hand. Now for the Cowboys, we're getting a little bit healthier. Connor Williams is back at practice and looks like he may be a go for Sunday. Jeff Heath is back at practice. Looks like he'll be a go. Third and 12. They just had a 60-yard pass play, and they get down to the 30-yard line, and third down, can't convert, so they have to settle for a field goal. You got to go out there, and you have to play like your life's dependent. You have to literally grab the bull by the horn, and you got to want it more. Beating New England in New England doesn't happen very often. Beating Bill Belichick in general doesn't happen very often. But I think that this team can get a win. Field goal literally ricocheted into the field goal, into the uprights. But you've got to do things differently than what you normally do. For Zeke, I need Zeke to have the game of the year for this one. It's going to be wet. It's going to be slippery field. And you need to be able to run. New England does not stop the run as good as they do the pass. Put the mud flaps on, Zeke, strap it up, don't eat nothing till Sunday, but come in here like a crazed pack of wolves and get some. This game could mean so much for this team. Let's hope they get it. But anyway, it's raining, and I'm going to turn out the lights, close up the TV, and carry my butt to bed. Thanks, everybody, for listening to me ramble all day long, because that's what I basically do. I'm just rambling over and over and over again. But I appreciate you guys listening to me. Hope you guys have a great night. Tomorrow's Friday. Gets us one step closer to game day. See you guys.